Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sean with Fool for Augusta. Today I'm going to be covering Hello Poke. So there are two poke bowl restaurants in the Augusta Grovetown area. I believe they are franchises. I'm not sure exactly the relationship there. All I know is they have, if not the same, a very similar logo. The menu is about the same. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they're a franchise. So we're going to go ahead and start with that one. Real quick, what is a poke bowl for those of you that are unfamiliar? It's very trendy right now, but it's effectively a bunch of chopped up ingredients that you would normally find in something like, say, sushi. So it's going to be usually raw fish. You can have sushi rice, you can have sauce, you can have things like cucumber or avocado. And so it's all mixed together in a bowl, kind of like a burrito bowl, and you assemble it. And yeah, it's basically like getting your sushi fix, but in a bowl. It's usually a pretty snappy thing. It usually doesn't take quite as long to put together. And in general, it's a very, I would say, usually healthy lunch choice, and it's usually pretty filling as well. So now for the two Hello Poke restaurants. I also think that they're probably related because my experiences with them have both been, I've been to both locations. They've both been remarkably consistent across the board. And I'll be honest, I've very much enjoyed all of my interactions at both of the locations. So regarding the base, they have other options, but I almost always recommend the sushi rice. I mean, for the most part, that's kind of what you're there for. It has a little bit of a stickiness to it, which can be useful. And so you could, if you wanted to, eat it with chopsticks or a fork or a spoon. It doesn't really matter. I usually do the tuna or the salmon. They have other options like chicken and crab and stuff like that, but those are the two that I normally go for. I found the meats to be fresh and flavorful. Very much enjoyed them. They've got a lot of great sauce options. I usually go with the I think it's sriracha aioli, ponzu sauce, or like a honey wasabi sauce, something along those lines. All quite tasty. I enjoy each of them. And yeah, after that, it's kind of a matter of personal preference as far as what kind of toppings you want on there. You can do cucumbers, avocados, onion crisps, tempura, roe, things like that, and even some other things like edamame, carrots, and things that are not normally found in, say, carrots specifically. The two menus both also have pre-built options, which is great. Um, and so you can get something like the samurai bowl, and that'll have a whole bunch of stuff already in it. Or the I think there's an awesome bowl, and so a lot of options there. And if you're not sure, you can probably get one of those, and then maybe do just some minor customization after the fact. I have always had these. I've always enjoyed them. They've always been fresh and tasty. Never had any issues. And they're pretty hearty portions as well. I always leave full. I wouldn't say bloated though, and so like you can still do it for lunch, and you're in pretty good shape there. They do also have beverages, and so you'll have your normal like water, sodas, and stuff. But they also have some Asian beverages. I usually don't go for those personally though. The service has always been very fast, and they've always been very pleasant. So no issues there. That's been great. I think the price point is good as well. I've had poke in other places, and I find it to be substantially more expensive elsewhere. And so I find this to be a very reasonable price point from them, which I like. Um, Regarding the decor, so in the two locations, they're pretty clean cut, pretty easy to work with. The space is not huge. It's kind of meant for fast turnover, some Asian inspiration, some modern inspirations, very clean and simple looks, I would say. From the street, you're not going to see all that much that's going to stand out. They do have the logo there, but they're both in strip malls. Um, and so like parking won't be an issue, but they're also not something that's going to jump out at you. You kind of have to know where to look. The Grovetown location in Georgia is across the main drag from the Walmart Supercenter, and the Augusta location is across the street from the Regal Cinema and in a little strip mall there. And so both like relatively easy to find locations, but you will have to know where they are or be looking for them. Um, Beyond that, let's see. So I'm not sure if it's still doing this. I know that the Augusta location is open, but for a long time during the COVID lockdowns last year, the Grovetown location built a small alcove at the front of their restaurant space with like complete coverage so that you would only interact through the smallest little slots to put your credit card in, and then they would pass you a bag of food through a small window. But they were only doing takeout for a while. It was a very interesting setup that they had there, completely built by themselves. And I think they had on their wall posted like 99 or 100% from the health inspectors, which was kind of cool and interesting. Definitely not something that I encountered before. But I've always noticed that they were very clean and well kept locations, so very impressive. Um, the last thing that I'll say is that their online presence, you can definitely find them. However, it's a little bit of a funny situation because depending upon what you're looking for, the menu, reservations, the individual locations themselves, they all kind of seem to have completely different web pages. And so it's like you can find anything that you want to there. However, you're going to have to click around for it. So no big deal, but definitely something a little bit unusual. And the locations are not at all you wouldn't know that they existed unless you were on an interactive map. But in general, I've always enjoyed my meals from them. I've always thought that the food was quite tasty, the turnaround was good, the value was good. I really like Hello Poke at both locations, and I will gladly go back in the future. So once again, this is Sean from Fool for Augusta, and yeah, Hello Poke. I do recommend it if you're craving it. All right, have a good evening. Bye.